What's up, dads? Your boy Big Dave back with another episode of Culture Dads, Age of Sword and Cassette, which if you're not signed up already, make sure to go over to Culture Dads. That's culture with a K, culturedads.com. Get signed up to the Gumroad. You get so many great perks, such as hardback copies of the Imperium Press catalog. You guys already know it's over there. All the heavy hitters, and blessings to all the dads out there listening today. We got a special episode. We have a guest today from the author of Casinolabs, which was recently released by Imperium Press. We have Lee Scrivner. Mr. Lee, how we doing, bum?
I'm doing great. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, sir. Did I say your last name correctly?
You sure did.
Hell yeah. And Mr. Mike's here too. What's up, Mike?
I'm doing all right, Dave. Really excited about this episode. We were having some bants with Mr. Scrivner in the lead up before we started recording, and I got a good feeling about this one.
Hell yeah. So Lee Scrivner, he's a guy that's out in the business. He's out there in the ether, has a Substack. He does some writing. But he just recently released Casinolab. Was it on Imperium or was it Exeter House?
This was an Exeter House release.
Exeter House.
I forget which number it was. It might have been, I think this was number 2 actually of the Exeter House imprint. And I love this book. It's so good. When I read it, it was like a page turner. Lee sent me the manuscript. I can kind of tell pretty quickly whether it's something that I want is great, or whether it's going to be for us or whether it's not. And I could tell immediately that this was going to be awesome. For guys who haven't read it, Casinolabs is a kind of it's like a mystery actually, or in some ways I guess kind of like a thriller, but it's also it's very literary in the way that it's written. There are a lot of very clever allusions. So basically, it's a story of, well, actually, I'll get Lee to kind of tell you what the content of the story is, but it concerns, as you would imagine, casinos, gambling culture, Las Vegas, that sort of thing. But there's also so much like stuff below the surface in terms of like one of the characters. It's set in basically the Roman themed casino, and there is so much like amazing allusion to Romanitas, right? All things Roman and Indo-European and ancestral and pagan and stuff like that. It's absolutely amazing. It really is. I love books that just have like a great prose style. It could be about anything. Like one of my favorite books, everybody knows this, is Blood Meridian. If you read Blood Meridian, if I was to summarize the plot, it would be pretty bare bones. It's just like a bunch of guys go around scalping people. That's what the story is about. So there's not much to the story, but it's the way that it's told that makes it so good. And this is the same thing with Casinolabs, except for it has an actual plot and everything. But the prose style, the way that it's told, the turns of phrase, there are moments that are just like so funny that actually laughed out loud, which rarely happens when I read a book. But it's not a comedy or anything like that. But there's just some very literary and clever stuff in there that's really just like, love. I don't know. It's amazing. This is one of my favorite books that we've put out in quite some time. I have it on I have a stack of like Imperium books that are for my own reading purposes. I get copies of everything, obviously, but I have some that I have just for my own reading, and this has gone into the reading pile, which is it's a real test. So anyway, I love this book. I'm really glad we put it out. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to have the author of the book here. So yeah, I'd just like to commend you on a job well done.
Wow. Thank you. I'm so honored, and it was very flattering and very what a great introduction. I hope I live up to your introduction, because that was very high praise coming from you, especially.
Well, it's well deserved, absolutely. So, do you want to maybe just sketch out a little bit about like what the book is about? We don't need to go into like a super in-depth like plot outline, but just to kind of fill in what this book is about, and then that'll lead us into a discussion of gambling in general.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like, so as with most novels, it's a bit autobiographical because I actually, grew up in Las Vegas, and it takes place in the 90s. So that's kind of my background. But, beyond just kind of telling the story of my life, there's the story deals with this contrast, I guess, between someone, the main character, and a few of the other peripheral characters who desire something meaningful. They're into history. They're obsessed with a sense of wanting a sense of inheritance out of history, out of the past, and it kind of contrasts or conflicts with the environment in which they're placed, which is Las Vegas, where everything's transitory, where nothing has meaning. It plays a lot with Baudrillard's theories of simulacra, where the skyline of Vegas is just a bunch of memes that are kind of derived from the past.
Pastiche of like human civilization.
Yeah, pastiche of human.
One sort of like a cartoonish landscape.
Right. It's like it's kind of like the comic book version of you got Thor, and then you got the comic book Thor. So you got the actual pyramids of Giza in Egypt, but then you have the Luxor casino on the Vegas skyline, and so everything is kind of cartoonized, dumbed down for wide-eyed illiterates, and made to be just spectacle, devoid of kind of meaning or historical relevance. So Morton, the main character, and his dad's psychologist, whose name's Dr. Stephen Nichols, they're kind of struggling, I guess, and their struggle is like all centered around helping Morton's father. And so just those three guys. So it's the son, the father, and the father's psychologist. And they're struggling to maintain, to right the ship of reality in the course of these odd situations that they find themselves.